Okay, so first thing, as you know, the expectations is that you need to take out a piece of paper and have a pencil or pen to write with. You are sending me your notes at the end of this video, okay? Now, here you have the CFS, and each question that you have actually breaks up the CFS for you. So example 1 shows the entire problem. It says the scale factor of the side lengths of rectangle A to rectangle B is 60%. What that means is rectangle A is getting smaller by 60% and is becoming rectangle B. So rectangle A is my initial image, rectangle B is my final image. What percent of the area of rectangle A is the area of rectangle B? So what we're doing is actually comparing the area of rectangle A with the area of rectangle B, which means there's a lot of steps in this kind of problem. I have to find the area of rectangle B, and I have to find the area of, rectangle A and find the area of rectangle B in order to even compare them. So each question is going to actually give us the steps to how to solve this problem. First step is, well, if I'm comparing the two areas, what is the area of rectangle A? That's what I have to find first. Now, to find the area of a rectangle, what we're going to do is go off to the side, and you could press pause, and I'm actually going to draw out, or you should draw out these two rectangles. Now, if I want to find the area of a rectangle is length times the width. And so here, that would be 6 inches times 2 inches, which gives me 12. And because I'm multiplying two dimensions together, this is inches squared, also known as square inches, okay? So I'm gonna now put in 12 square inches. Okay, so now we got the area of rectangle A. Here is, we have to find the area of rectangle B. Okay, now in order to find the area of rectangle B, we have to first find the dimensions of rectangle B. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to take 60% of 6 and 2. So if we scroll down, in order to take 60% of a number, well, first we have to convert 60% as a decimal. So if I look over here, we know that 60% means 60 over 100, which would be 60 hundredths. Obviously, 60% is not 6. And 60 hundredths is the same as 6 tenths, 0.6. We know this from class before. It is not 6 hundredths. 0.06 is 6 hundredths. That is actually 6%. So do not press this button. Okay. Now, moving on. What I said was, well, if I want to find dimensions of rectangle B, well, we have to find out, well, what's 60% of 6 and 60% of 2. So here's what we know. We know that 60% is 60 out of 100, and 60 out of 100 is 60 hundredths, which is also the same as 6 tenths. Okay, I want to now find the dimensions of rectangle B, so I'm going to take 60% of 6 and 60% of 2 by multiplying by 6 tenths, since 60% is equivalent to 6 tenths. So now 6 times 6 tenths is, here we're going to do 36, but there's one number behind the decimal, so I'm going to do 3.6 inches. And then 2 times 6 tenths, well, 2 times 6 is 12. And then we're going to do one number behind the decimal, so I'm going to put one number behind the decimal here. Okay, so now we finally got the dimensions of rectangle B. Whew! But we are still not done. Why? Because the whole question is comparing two areas. So now I have to find the area of rectangle B. So it says, knowing the dimensions of rectangle B, what is this area? Okay, easy. If I want to find the area of this rectangle, it is the length times the width. So we are going to multiply, and I'm going to get 3.6 inches times 1 2/10 or 1.2 inches. Now, what is that going to give me? I'm just going to use my calculator. I know all of y'all are using your calculators, so we're just going to do it. 3.6 times 1.2. That's going to give me 4 32/100 inches squared, which is also known as squared inches. So I'm here in my answer, I'm going to just put 4 32/100 square inches. Now, last part. Here we go. This is now finally answering the question. We had all of our steps done, so now with everything that we've done, we could actually solve this. The scale factor of the side length of rectangle A to rectangle B is 60%. Done. What percent of the area of the rectangle A, which we have, is the area of rectangle B? So basically it's asking you, like, we're comparing what is rectangle B to rectangle A. Cool. So here's what we're going to do. We want to know how much, basically, what percent of rectangle A is rectangle B. So we're going to do area of rectangle B compared to the area of rectangle A. Now, the area of rectangle B is 4.32 inches squared. And we're going to divide that with the area of rectangle A, which is 12 inches squared. Because I want to see, well, what percent of the technically rectangle B is rectangle A. So we're going to divide 4.32 divided by 12, and we get 36/100. Now we have to find it as a percent, so I'm going to multiply by 100, and I get 36%. So basically, what percent